organized you guys get from tonight on, the easier it's gonna be for you. Because 2 days before the test, you're gonna have that whole stack of papers in that binder, and you're gonna say, wow, where do I start? You know? So, what we're gonna do is go around the class and read the questions out loud and answer them, and that does 2 or 3 things for us and you guys. You can hear the mistakes that people make when they're reading the questions, which is a major concern for us because a lot of the guys fail the first time, 1 or 2 tests, because they're not reading the questions properly. So, and if they change 1 word in the question, it changes the answer. Okay, so besides teaching the materials, we got to teach you, because you guys haven't taken a test in what, 30 years? Well, you might. But so we got to teach you how to take a test all over again. We got to teach you how to read the questions right all over again. We got to teach you how the questions are structured. So there's a lot of things that we're doing by doing this. But the main thing you want to do from your end is I'm going to collect the answer sheets, okay? So if you get a wrong answer on the homework, you need to figure out a way to mark it on your sheets so that when you get to the end of the class, you can just study the answers you missed instead of having to reread a whole bunch of stuff that you already know, okay? Because it's going to be a time problem trying to figure out what to study in what order for these tests. So the more organized you get with that, so that you understand what questions you missed and have the right answer, you know, change the answer on your sheet so that you know the right answer when you're going back and studying again, like later on, okay? Because it's amazing how much you forget from the first week to the 12th week when we're going through this stuff, okay? So anyway, we'll start over here with Brandon, and if you want to just read the question and give the answer.
Which one we can start with?
Rules?
Yeah, rules.
Okay, the question, inland water, or inland only, for the purpose of inland navigation rules, the term inland waters includes which of the following? Great Lakes state boundaries. I had the Great Lakes Sea.
Yes, C is correct. Great Lakes on the U.S. side of the boundary. What's the, you want to give me the rule number 2 when you're reading it?
Yeah, I don't have that one here.
That's 1A.
This one I could not find, actually.
Yeah, okay, it's in 1A.
3Q.
You got 3Q down here also.
International only. You're on a vessel of special construction or purpose that cannot comply with the rules. What is required in this situation? I put A in 1E.
A is correct. Go ahead and read the answer too, so everybody can hear it.
The vessel's lights must comply as closely as possible as determined by her government.
Now, when you're reading these questions, you guys got to pay attention to inland only, international only, or international and inland, because the Coast Guard tries to trick you sometimes with these questions doing it this way. And there are a couple of differences in the rules between international and inland, and we're going to go over those. Bill's going to go over those next in another week or 2, and so that you can see the difference.
And if it says both, read the page that's smaller.
Yeah.
That was something I caught on too quick.
The Coast Guard throws a lot of tricks in these questions, and we're going to try to teach you all the tricks too while we're going through this. So, anyway, go ahead.
All right, so number 3, both international and inland. What is a light signal authorized by the Secretary of the Navy as an additional navigational light for a ship of war? I have, B, intermittent flashing amber beacon for submarines, which was 1C.
That's correct. Now, one of the things you kinda gotta remember here, you're gonna have questions that say yellow lights. Okay, and then you're gonna have questions that say amber lights. It's the same color. Okay, what you gotta remember is, usually if the question says amber light, then it's a Navy light, Secretary of the Navy. If it says yellow flashing light, that usually is the Coast Guard, okay? So if that helps you, give you a direction to go on the answer to the question.
Yellow flashing is Coast Guard.
Yes. It's the same color, they're both yellow, but the Navy likes calling it amber for some reason. So,
Anything amber's Navy.
go ahead, yeah.
Inland only. You are on a vessel that the Secretary has determined cannot comply with the spacing requirement for masthead lights. What is required in this situation? I had D, the vessel's lights must comply as closely as possible, and I got that in 1C.
Yeah, I have 1E, but yeah, that's close.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Number 5, both international and inland, according to the navigation rules, you may depart from the rules when, I said B, you're in immediate danger, and that's on 2B.
That's correct.
And let's see, number 6. Both international and inland, which situation would be a, quote, special circumstance under the rules? And I had A, more than 2 vessels meeting from 2B.
Mhm. Yeah, you gotta keep in mind that all the rules that we're gonna teach you only cover 2 vessels meeting or crossing or overtaking. The rules don't cover more than 2 vessels. So if you run into a question where it concerns more than 2 vessels, it's a special circumstance.
Number 7, both international and inland, as defined in the rules, the term vessel includes D, all of the above, taken from Rule 3A, which includes seaplanes, non-displacement craft, and barges.
Okay.
Oh, me, we're at number 8, right?
Yes.
Both international and inland, the term power-driven vessel refers to any vessel. I have C. We're calling machinery on board with a new, number 8, right?
Anybody else?
D, we had D.
I did,
Yeah, D is correct.
Uh-oh.
With propelling machinery in use.
Was it found 03B? Is that right?
3B,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, tricky.
You gotta keep in
I
mind,
probably copied this one wrong.
yeah, a sailboat is a power-driven vessel if the engine is running.
Yeah.
If it, according to the rules, if
Oh, I copied it wrong.
the sailboat doesn't have its engine running, then it's a sailboat.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
I messed up on this first section.
Uh-huh.
I didn't really get those. Next section, I'm good on. So if I
Okay.
can skip this section and then go to the next section.
Sure, that's fine. Number 9.
All right, number 9, both international and inland. A vessel is being propelled both by sail and by engines. Under the rules, the vessel is, I have A power-driven vessel, 3B.
That's correct.
Oh, no.
I can't find it though.
You say 3B?
Yes,
3B, yes.
3B.
I think I had the D, but I can't tell if it's D or B.
You
Am I
go
up?
ahead. It's-
What am I at, 10?
Yeah, you're
Sorry.
10.
Both international and inland, which craft is a power-driven vessel under the rules of the road? D, all of the above, which is, I got that from 3B,
That's correct.
and it's, do you want me to read the A, B, and C?
No, you don't have to do it. Just if it's a single answer.
All right, number 11, both international and inland, a vessel engaged in fishing, a vessel is engaged in fishing when, I put A, she is using fishing apparatus that restricts her maneuverability. And I got that from 3D.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Let's see, 12. Both international and inland, according to the navigation rules, all of the following are engaged in fishing except a vessel, I had A, trolling. That was 3D.
That's right.
Number 13, both international and inland. Which statement is true concerning a vessel engaged in fishing? B, the vessel may be using nets, lines, or trawls, taken from Rule 3D.
Number 13 was D,
B, Bravo.
or B, yes, what I have.
Yep.
Okay, 14, both international and inland, in order for a vessel to be engaged in fishing, she must be, I have C, using gear which restricts mobility. That was 3D.
Okay.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
Alright, 15, both international and inland. For the purpose of the rules, except where otherwise required, the term, I have C, vessel includes vessels capable of being used for transportation, including seaplanes. 3A.
Okay.
16, both international and inland. The navigation rule defines a vessel not under command as a vessel which, D, through some exceptional circumstance, is unable to maneuver to keep out of the way of another vessel as required by the rules. And that's 3F.
Number 17, both international and inland. A vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver is one which, a D, from the nature of her work, is unable to maneuver as required by the rules. And that's 3G.
That's correct.
18, both international and inland. By definition, which vessel, due to the nature of her work, is unable to keep out of the way of another vessel? I had C, vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver. That was 3G.
Number 19, both international and inland. A vessel that is defined as restricted in her ability to maneuver is unable to keep out of the way of another vessel due to C, the nature of her work, 3G.
Oh, number 20, right? Both international and inland, a vessel engaged in replenishment while underway is classified by the rules as a vessel, A is what I have. 3G at the bottom, I think.
Yeah, restricted in her ability to maneuver.
21, both international and inland. What is a vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver? I have C, a vessel towing unable to deviate from her course, 3G6.
22, both international and inland. All of the following vessels are restricted in their ability to maneuver except a vessel, B, not under command. And that's 3G.
Yeah, I have 3F, but that's fine.
Number 23, international only. Which vessel is not regarded as being restricted in her ability to maneuver? And I had D, a vessel constrained by her draft, from 3G.
24, inland only. Which term is not defined in the inland navigation rules? I had C, vessel constrained by her draft, which was 3H.
Okay.
25, both international and inland. Which vessel is underway when the meaning of the rules? B, a vessel drifting with the engine stop, 3I.
Okay.
8.7, both international and inland, what does the word breadth mean? D, greatest breadth, 3J.
28, both international and inland, a vessel is in sight of another vessel when she, A, only when one can be observed visually from the other vessel. That's 3K.
Okay.
Number 29, both international and inland, the term restricted visibility as used in the rules refers, A, to any condition where visibility by fog, snow, sandstorms, or any similar causes is restricted, I'm sorry. And that's 3L.
And 30, inland only. For the purpose of the inland navigation rules, the term inland waters includes which of the following? I had A, navigable water shoreward of the demarcation lines. 3Q.
Okay. So let's go on to deck two.
Number 1, according to small passenger vessel regulations, while serving as master on board your vessel, what should be done with your credential? D, kept in your possession on board the vessel?
Yeah, that's correct. Brandon.
What is the period of validity to the merchant mariner credential? I have C, 5 years.
Okay.
When are the operators of uninspected passenger vessels required to keep their Coast Guard credentials on board their vessels? A, only carrying passengers for hire.
Okay.
Number 4, how many months after its expiration date may a Coast Guard credential be renewed without taking the complete exam? C, 12 months.
Okay.
Number 5, a lookout is part of a navigational watch.
Okay.
6, who is responsible for properly manning a vessel in accordance with all applicable laws, regulations, and international conventions? And I had C, the master of the vessel.
Okay.
7, you are signing on a crew. You can determine the minimum number and qualifications of the crew that are required to carry by consulting which document? A certificate of inspection.
Or you might see it as COI. You will see that again, guys.
Okay.
Number 8, which of the following is considered a discharge as it applies to pollution regulations? D, all of the above.
Okay.
Which would be considered pollution under the U.S. water pollution laws? I have all the above.
Okay.
Discharge may result in pollution of the waterways by D, all of the above.
Number 11, what causes most minor spills of oil products? D, human error.
Okay.
Number 12, if you observe any situation which presents a safety or pollution hazard during fuel transfer operations, what action should you take first? B, shut down the transfer operation.
Okay.
13, while your vessel is taking on fuel, you notice oil on the water around the vessel. What should you do first? And I put B, stop the fueling.
Okay.
14, which international body is responsible for drafting the Convention Prohibiting Marine Pollution, MARPOL? I had A, International Maritime Organization.
Okay.
15, which U.S. agency issues a certificate of financial responsibility? C, Coast Guard.
When an accidental oil spill occurs in navigable waters of the U.S., which is true, the person in charge must report the spill to the Coast Guard.
Okay.
17, what should you do after reporting an accidental oil discharge? What is it, 17? C, contain the oil and remove as much of it as possible from the water.
Okay.
18, to control oil pollution on the water, the preferred type is B, booms.
Okay.
19, how do small oil spills on the water affect our waterways? B, they may cause serious pollution as the effect tends to be cumulative.
Okay,
Number 20, who may be held responsible when a vessel violates the oil pollution laws? And I put D, any individual connected with the vessel involved in the operation.
okay.
21, if you are operating on the inland waters of the United States, which of the following may you discharge overboard? And I had D, none of the above.
That's correct.
22, vessels to which Annex 5 to Marpole 7378 applies may discharge garbage containing plastics. D, none of the above.
That's correct.
Which type of marine sanitation device MSD issued solely for the storage of sewage and flush water at ambient air pressure and temperature? Type 1?
Okay, oh no, sorry. Anybody else?
Type 3?
Yes,
Type three.
C is the correct answer, type 3.
24. On a key boat, what is the maximum number of passengers allowed? See, it is stated on the vessel's certificate of inspection.
25, the pollution prevention regulations in MARPOL apply to US flagged vessels, C, on all international and inland waters.
Okay. So, total them up, guys, and put the number that you missed up in the boxes. And then put the module number is the week number. So just put like week 1.
One second.
We do get a little competition going here after the homework. So, what we do, whoever gets the top scores on the homework comes up here and we have a question and answer session. And whoever gets the answers right, we've got 3 envelopes up here and you can pick an envelope and it's got money in it, so.
I'm sorry, where do you want us to put this on the sheet? Like,
Where- on the top where it says deck general and rules in the boxes.
where am I saying?
The number that we got wrong.
Like the number they put wrong, so like.
Oh, gotcha.
I had 2 wrong in the rules, so I put 2.
Oh, did you
However-
want us to leave it wrong on the sheet for when we turn it in? Or correct it on the sheet?
No, you can leave it wrong on the sheet you're gonna give to me, but you need to correct it on yours, on your sheet.
In this book.
Oh, yeah, just we're in the question itself.
Yeah, cause you're gonna keep that to study with by, but
Yep.
I have to collect these answers.
I got you.
That's
All right.
part of your Coast Guard record.
Well, I corrected the one over here. I'm gonna put the wrong answer back here. But I corrected it in my binder.
You'll have another 11 weeks to practice.
Okay, Michael,
I had two wrong on the rules, 0 on the general.
Oh, I did that wrong.
2 and 0?
2 and 0, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I got you. So I did that. Cause I got that.
Fletcher,
I had 4 on the rules and 0 on the deck.
Martin.
This is the rules.
We're not gonna talk about the
And this
rules.
is the deck general.
General, I had 1 on the deck,
Okay.
wrong.
Yeah, go ahead and do the rules and so I can get it next week.
I'm gonna just cut, I'll do it again, but
Okay,
I could have answered like 98% of the questions, I just didn't find the rules like in 1A, 1B, whatever.
okay.
That's where I had problems.
Christopher,
On the rules, 0 and general 1.
Patrick,
Rule 0, general 1.
David,
Rule 0, general 1.
Brandon.
4 on rules and 3 on general.
That's some good scores for the first week. Okay, this is gonna be some really good competition. Christopher and Patrick, come on up.
Yes. I knew that was gonna happen.
Teach the class, how to do the, short blast the way Bill taught you last week.
Turn around and show
Okay.
them.
Oh, man, I didn't study that. So one short blast is to the port side, pretending to go to port. Then
No,
two
no,
short.
no, you gotta say it the way Bill taught you.
I don't remember. I didn't go over that.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Can you help him out?
One to the right or starboard, two blast this way, and then the
This way, you can't say
stern
that.
propulsion.
They gotta understand what you mean when you say it.
Oh, one blast, intend to go to starboard, two
Okay.
blast to port.
No help, no help.
And then
They're going for big money down there.
three,
I got a good question. for
stern
you.
propulsion is in use.
What's the rest of it?
Four was pilot with restricted visibility, I think, and five was, we don't know what the heck's going on, or danger, 5 short blast.
Okay. That was
I didn't study that either, I just remember him doing this.
You
Kinda
remember,
paraphrased, but-
they do it in the test. You see them doing this in the test, it works. It's nothing wrong with remembering it that way.
Mhm.
Okay, you get an envelope.
All
You can't-
right.
You can't take the envelope, you can take what's in the envelope, you have to leave the envelope.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right,
That's it.
$2.
What'd you get?
$2.
All right.
Sweet.
No. Two to the left, there we go.
Don't go to Starbucks.
That's right.
Okay. I need to collect those, answer sheets from you guys, but, probably right up.
I'm gonna circle that one that
Pass
was-
these out.
Wow. I'm just so, so they can find it. Thank you.
My answers on this.
Actually, I'll grab this.
Yeah, you need the ones that you missed.
Well, then, can I have them tell you like, should I have these? I don't have any margins on those.
Yeah.
Well, I did this part and I got so
I have
screwed
to,
up.
I have to collect.
Bill, is that-
But before I leave, I wanna just.
Bill, that short blast, is that in in this guide here somewhere too?
Yeah, there's a page on it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Give me more than one thing to do and I'm screwed up. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Mm-hmm.
It's in the rules, I mean, they're the signals for, that you'll use in the rules. I don't know if it's in the book here or not. I think we did. Yeah. Blocks of compass. There they are. Yeah, it's on in your study book on page 67 in week one. Yeah, it's in the rules, and we'll go over it again and again.
Yeah, we're not gonna leave you guys alone.
Oh, here we go.
It's on ahead.
Restricted visibility.
The forms that I just passed out are just order forms for the guys. we're not trying to get you to spend more money, but, I mean, we are trying to help you get through this class and to be able to pass the test. And one of the requirements when you start running charter boats is that the Coast Guard requires you to carry these books on the boat. So they want you to learn how to use them. And there are free questions on the test because of that, okay? So you're gonna have 5 tests when you take your tests. 3 out of the 5 tests that you take are gonna be open book tests. And when I say open book, I don't mean these binders that you guys have. I'm talking about these books, okay? And that's what's on this order form. Now, when you come take the test, we're gonna provide the books for you because our books are match up to the test questions with the dates. I'm gonna get you guys new books because you're not gonna be able to do anything with 1992 or 1995 books once you get out of the class. But if you have the new books and you're going into business this spring, then you can use the new books on your boat. Okay, it meets the Coast Guard requirements. So when you're looking at this order form, everything that's got an asterisk by it are things that we're gonna give you homework on in this class. Okay, now if you know, like a lot of our students are referred to us by previous students. And if they've already got these books and you're friends with them, you can just borrow them. It doesn't matter how old the books are to us. They all read the same way, and we're gonna teach you how to use them so that when it comes time to take the test, you know how to look stuff up in the books, okay? So, and they're free questions. If you know the answers in the book, just go look it up, don't guess. So the parallel rules in the dividers are the picture that Bill just put up. And if you have those that you've been using on your own boat, you're welcome to use those. The reason why we use the ones that we do are because they're better quality and you're less likely to make a mistake when you're working on the charts with these particular tools. The tide table and tide of current tables, we're gonna spend an evening in class going over these so that you know how to use them, so that you can answer the questions on the test. And the same with the Coast Pilot and the CFR and also the light list. So all these books that we're talking about are gonna be books that are gonna be stacked up in here when you take your test. And if you know that there's an answer to one of the test questions in this book, then just come pick the book up and use it, okay? That's what this is all about. It takes me about a week to get these books in, and we're gonna need them the first Saturday that you guys come to class. So if you could, when is it? March 4th. So if you guys could fill these out and get it back to me, so I could get this stuff ordered, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy one of this one.
Yes, okay.
So the Coast Pilot stuff is all real current, like this year's.
Oh, it's gonna be this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we stacked them all.
Okay, thanks.
March 12th is our first Saturday. March 12th is the first Saturday here.
There's a book.
You're just gonna bring them to class, you're not gonna ship them to our homes?
No, I'll just bring them up here. Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute, Bill. I gotta write it down.
We just need one.
We just gave
Yeah.
you.
We only need one of these out, just quantity, we'll put 2 down.
Do you already know what the total is if we get everything that, needed for homework?
I don't, but I'll total it up for you. I have to, figure out the freight. And in Ken Island class, I gotta charge sales tax, in this class, I don't have to. That'll save you guys a little bit.
Bring it over here. Pick it up over here.
That's right.
All right, if you need to take a short break, you need to use the restrooms or whatever, go ahead and take a few minutes and then we'll get into the lesson.
These charts, I have them. I was here.
Can I have that sheet? I'm gonna give that to Dave.
Chart
Oh,
number one.
okay, that's good.
You don't need chart one.
Or
You would,
training
these are the
that's
training
fine.
charts, you
Are
might they-
they-
need them.
Are they different than the ones?
They're the same ones we use.
Because I'm just gonna build it
but
with the
yours is-
I
Yeah,
know I'm
yeah.
gonna miss some of that, but I'll.
I know.
I mean, if you've got them and you think
I have,
okay.
oh, I definitely have.
I know you have a lot of this stuff, Dave, but I wanna give you this word
Yeah,
form, so you have
okay.
it.
You don't have to worry.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss some here.
I mean, it's just like the rest of the books, I mean, the books that you had.
Well, yeah, the first file will be newer, right?
It would be it would be the new one, but you can use
All right,
your
so-
oldest.
Yeah, I know, but I need it.
We
see if you
I'll need it, I'll need it.
Started filling it out here, and now I see what you mean,
Yeah.
to keep that one, so it makes more sense if I write it like this.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna keep the study, so
Yeah.
make sure that you know what the right answer, make sure which ones you are marked that
I
you
think I
missed.
got 'em.
And then also make sure that you put the right answer down for that question.
Which one would be the, there's a few on here that I missed when we were talking, I was trying to correct it, I actually had it marked wrong there as D.
That's
This
it.
one,
That's
this
not,
one.
yeah, that is the.
No, I had it right.
248.90.
Okay, one more, which section is that? Third page.
If you order everything.
I can't look
Yeah,
at it.
248.90.
I mean, I know, you know I had that one.
You don't need the rule
That's
book in
the
there.
only one I should be getting right.
Navigation.
Yeah, I think you added the rule book.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, cause you don't need to put that, cause that's this book. That's what this is.
Cross that out. Okay, dividers.
This section I filled out, that one is it. That one is right up. Yeah, these two are right. These were questionable that I had.
Yeah, that's.
I marked them right, right?
Yeah, they're right.